Hello class, welcome to another thrilling week here at Beetle University. It's currently raining, if anyone cares whatsoever. This week, we're going to be talking about a Beatles song, a song that is technically not a Beatles song. And you're going to be getting 3 hunks of audio in your mail. The first one is a song called I Want You, parentheses, She's So Heavy. Now in the past, the Beatles had a couple of times taken a song where there were minimal words just repeated again and again and again. They did this on the White Album with Wild Honey Pie and with Why Don't We Do It on the Road. Well, John Lennon wanted to do something similar, but he wanted to do it differently because Why Don't We Do It on the Road and Wild Honey Pie are both pretty short songs. He wanted to do this, but he wanted to make the song extremely long. He was in a broad and proud declaration of love for Yoko Ono, and he wanted to write a simple song about I Want You, She's So Heavy. That's the phrase he came up with. Heavy as in deep or spiritual or cool, a very good way to describe Yoko Ono. You're going to hear a little bit of audio from a Mel Torme song called Coming Home Now Baby, where John might have gotten a little bit of the riff of. It's a bit of a controversy among the world of the Beatles. Near the end of the Let It Be session, John played this song. The first time it was done was with Ringo, Billy Preston, and John, and the three of them toyed around with it. Billy Preston sings on it a little bit in some of these early takes. They played it real briefly on the rooftop, sort of. They didn't sing, they just played the riff. They got together on the very last day of the sessions, and they played it a lot. This is the 4 Beatles with Billy Preston. Even at one point, Paul McCartney sings lead on the song, which is kind of cool to hear. After the sessions, they weren't sure what they were going to do with the Let It Be / Get Back tapes, but they wanted to keep recording, and one of the things they wanted to record was I Want You, She's So Heavy. They recorded it with Billy Preston joining the 4 Beatles, and then they edited 3 takes together, and then John and George added a whole bunch of guitars. Now, the way this would work is they would fill up all the available tracks with overdubs, and then they would mix it down. This was on 4 tracks, so then they would mix it down to 1 track, and there would be 3 tracks available. They would then fill these 3 available tracks with more guitars, and then they would mix the 4-track down again, and there would be 3 more available tracks. They did this 3 or 4 times. No one really knows how many guitars are involved. The official term is many. They added white noise into the mix. At one point, John Lennon wanted the white noise to just get louder and louder and louder and louder, and eventually blot out the rest of the music. Ultimately, what they decided was that they would just cut out at an instant and exciting and unexpected spot. John suggested that that's how they ended abruptly. He told Geoff Emerick exactly where they wanted it cut, and he literally cut the tape on it, and that's where it ends. It's on the Abbey Road album at the end of side 1. At one point in time, side 1 and side 2 of Abbey Road were going to be reversed, and if this was the case and they never changed it, this would have been the last song on any Beatle record. The other song we're going to talk about this week is one that was written by Paul McCartney for the band Badfinger. One of my very favorite bands in the planet is Badfinger, and the song Come and Get It was the one that Paul wrote for them. The Ivies, as they were called, were signed to Apple Records, and a lot of the songs that they had suggested that they wrote were rejected by Apple Records producers. Well, Paul McCartney heard that the band wasn't real happy with it, so he said he would come up with the song for them, and he wrote Come and Get It for them. Now, he made a demo for them, and he instructed them to record it exactly like the demo was, and that's exactly what they did. If you listen to the demo, you hear all the elements there. Paul probably thought there was too many money songs around, because he also had You Never Give Me Your Money, so that's one of the main reasons he gave it away. Early on in the Beatles songwriting game, they gave a whole bunch of songs away. By the late 60s, there weren't very many that they were willing to part with. One of the ones was Come and Get It, which was in the film The Magic Christian, which stars Ringo and Peter Sellers. There's a couple of other Paul McCartney produced songs for Badfinger who were the Ivies up until the time that the Come and Get It single was released. They changed the name because they thought it would be easier to sell them without a name like the Ivies. After a few different ideas were tossed around, they were reminded that With a Little Help from My Friends was originally called the Badfinger Boogie, and they liked the term, and the band was cool with it, and they became Badfinger. You'll hear all about it in your email. Thank you so much, as always, a million times over. Have a great day and a great week.